I'm live. Hi guys, guys. So, oh sweet. All right, so here I am right now. I am on Jamaicans.com Facebook page, which I normally just do it jointly, with on my Instagram page. So actually, this is um, I initially started on Jamaicans.com Facebook page, which I do every 2 weeks, right? And I decided to share the feed on Instagram, on my Instagram account. So it says on Instagram, it's Henika underscore Watkis underscore Porter. And on Facebook, of course, it's on the Jamaicans.com Facebook page. How have you been? How have you been? How have you all been? What's popping? What's cooking? Talk to me. Tell me. I want to hear from you. How was your week? How was your week? By the way, I'm Henika Watkis Porter, and it's my pleasure to share jointly on the Jamaicans.com Facebook page as well as on Instagram, Henika Watkis Porter, underscore in between those two names. Good evening. Happy Sunday, Omar. It's good to have you on. I am truly, truly happy that you are on. So it is November. Is it November 25? It's 25 or 26. I think it's 25. Oh my gosh, the time is just evading me right now. But it's November. It's close to the end of November 2017. And it was just a few days ago, like literally a few days ago. And we say this every year, right? That is just a few days ago that 2016 or whichever year it was that was around. But it feels that way. And it just feels like it was just yesterday I was saying to persons, Happy New Year, Happy 2017. And before you know it, it's about to be 2018. Yeah. And I know that you may have had, personally, I don't like to talk about New Year's resolutions, right? Because every single day of my life, I am making a resolve. I'm making a resolve to be a better person every single day. And it's a struggle, the struggle is real. To be the best version of yourself, the struggle is real. There are times when those voices in your head, they want to speak so loudly, right? And the voices in your head are usually negative voices. We have to struggle really to get those positive voices to overpower the negative ones, and so we have to be intentional about that. But it was like I said, it was just a couple of days ago that we were saying Happy New Year, Happy 2017 to everyone, and here it is that we're about to say Happy New Year and all the best 2018. We're about to say that, right? And it's amazing how time seems to be flying, whether or not you are having fun. Time is just flying by. Sharon, hi, happy to have you. Hey, yeah, Foot Washer, good to have you. Ellen, the Coralie voiceover, you're still on Instagram, right? Time does fly. Time isn't waiting on anyone. Like seriously, not waiting on anyone. There is a 24 hours in the day, and we've got to make those 24 hours count. Now, even when we think about the Bible, and it says when David talks about teach us the number of days that we may, grow right and stuff, and have this heart of wisdom and everything. Even when we're told to, and we're aware that we should be numbering our days, and it's not numbering our days, oh my gosh, tomorrow I'm going to die, but it's numbering our days to be intentional about how we spend each day. There are so many things and persons and situations that are vying for our attention. Now, we've got to be intentional about how we spend those days. We've got to be purposeful, right? And we can't just getting up every day, just living casually, just thinking that, things are just going to fly up, be put into place. We have to, hi, Synergy Boss, what's up? Yes, we have to be very intentional about how we're spending our time, with whom we're spending our time, when we're, what we're doing in those 24 hours, because the truth is, we've all been given that set 24 hours in a day. Nobody gets, the creator is so intentional. Like nobody gets any more hours than the other person, right? We've all been allotted those 24 hours. So we've been given a level playing field, and that in itself is something to write home about, to send telegram over. We have been given a level playing field. And so because everybody has been given that level playing field in terms of time, that's the one thing that we all start off on the same basis, regardless of our skin color, regardless of our community that we're coming from, regardless of our name. Hi, Mary, how you doing? Regardless of whatever it is, our socioeconomic status, whatever it is, we've all been allotted those 24 hours, and we've got to be intentional about how we spend it. Now, at the end of 2016, there are some things that I decided that I was going to accomplish for 2017. For the most part, I have. I mean, check. There were 2 books that I needed to write. Check, all done. One of those is a devotional. It's called Sermon Notes, a 52-week devotional for quiet meditation. Check that one. My second book that I also published this year, it's called, well, pretty much the devotion was published at the end of 2016, but I want to put it into 2017 accomplishment, because I actually did run ahead of myself, and I was so ahead of my target that instead of it being in January, it was actually published in December. So kudos to me for that. The second one is Motivate, Inspire, Provoke, which is a book of quotes, because I find, I don't know if anybody else has this going for them. Hey Sharon, yes, amen. If you hear me talking to people that are not on either platform, so I'm on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook at the same time, right? If anybody knows me, they know that quotes are something that hey June, thanks for watching, something that I really live by. Quotes, they have a way of just, because I love words. I've always loved words. I remember when I was into sixth form, how I used to, I'm not using words now. I'm fascinated by words, and how you can get the biggest words to the smallest words and stuff like that, and just use it to various sentences and sentence structure and stuff. So I love words. And put them together in a quote. I am blown away, because there are times when I'm at my lowest moments, and I don't know about you, but I'm not always on a high. Yes, I always try my best to be on a high, and to not, let my energy be sucked and stuff, and whatever I need to do to recharge and get back that energy and that drive, fine. But there are moments when I'm at a low place, and when I'm at this low place, it is usually somebody's quote that helps me to jolt me back into my reality of who I am. Because like I said earlier, we know that those negative voices, they exist in our heads, yeah? And we have to be constantly on the alert to feed our minds with stuff that will drive us and get us back to where we are and who we really are. Because we have been fearfully and wonderfully made by our Creator. We have been born winners. We've been born to dominate. In fact, this is not a sermon I'm preaching. When we think about Psalm 8 and how David talks about, what is man that you are mindful of him, that you have made him a little lower than the angels, just a little lower. So we are up there, we're joint heirs with our Savior. We're joint heirs, and as a result of that, we are wonderfully and wonderfully joint heirs with Jesus Christ, right? And wonderfully, fearfully made. We have been made not to dominate all things. Go, God says to us, go and dominate. Now, he didn't talk about dominating just even our current circumstance or past circumstances that will trigger painful memories and stuff. We've been told to dominate, called to dominate those circumstances. We've been called to dominate our current circumstance. We've been called to dominate things that have not even yet happened. So we're not powerless in any situation. We're so empowered. We are not powerless at all. It's not that, things are not happening to us, really. Things are happening for us. Thank you, Marie. Things are happening for us, right? And so we need to now come out of this victim mentality and step into a victor mentality. Now, I talked about the fact that, yes, so one of the things, like 2 books, so 2 books I've done this year, and it was intentional for me to connect with the brightest and best of minds from around the world within this year. And I've checked that off, right? Through the podcast. Now, I launched a podcast, as you know, in March of this year. And although that's a job well done, and I can pat myself on the back, yay, but here's the thing. I could have launched a whole lot sooner. I really could have. But I was procrastinating. And the truth is, and so we all know that we all get attacked by fear. We are very fearful at times. There are times when we fear starting a new project. We fear that we're not going to understand how to use the technology. Sorry, let me just sort this out a bit, right? We fear that we won't understand how to use the technology. We fear a lot of things. We fear that our voice, like for me on the podcast, my voice won't necessarily sound good. You know, you hate the sound of the voice. We fear that we won't have anybody listening. And so all these manner of fear, you fear that, oh my gosh, you're talking to these established and accomplished guests. And you're like, oh my God, are you going to mess up? Are you going to mess this up? So all these manners of fear actually did set in. And I could have launched a whole lot sooner than I did in March, right? I launched at the end of March, and it's like I was literally holding back. And even though, I mean, and here's how I tricked my brain. I tricked my brain into thinking that I was doing something towards it. So even up to March, it's not like I wasn't doing anything, right? I was doing stuff, but as they say, tasks will expand to the time that you allot them, right? So those same tasks that I completed at the end of March so that I could launch, had I set my target dates at January, I would have still been successful with the launch. Had I set it down in August this year, it would have been the same thing. Simply because, like I said before, tasks will expand to the time that you allot them. It's as simple as that. So that is why you have so many people procrastinate. And when they have a deadline, so if you have a deadline, for example, to submit a project for the end of December, and you are aware that the project, is exits now, and it's going to happen, you're to submit hand in that project at the end of December. You have all this time. No, I guarantee you, many of you, myself included, and that is why I'm going to tell you about the tools that I use to discipline myself. Because leave up to me alone, I probably don't do the thing until the very week before, the very day before, because I know I have all this time. And the truth is, we really don't need all that time. I didn't need all that time. And I can actually finish it by the end in a day or 2 days, depending on the nature of it and how much research and stuff will have to be done. So again, tasks will expand to the time that you allot them. So don't give yourself this whole heap of time, because you're only tricking your mind and your brain into thinking, oh, you have all this time. And because of that, you're not going to be, you're just little by little doing stuff, right? So yes, I did set a goal to start my podcast for 2017, which I did. And I tell you that I was actually kind of somewhat procrastinating, because even though I was doing things along the way, like over those months, I was still procrastinating, because I was saying, boy, even the technology part of it, like the recording part of it, so I have the structure and I have the name and I have everything. But what I didn't have, like I even didn't, can I tell you too? The first interview I did, to this day, I'm searching for the interview. I don't know what happened to it, right? My very first interview has been misplaced, and things happen, stuff happen, and I've not been able to air that interview, right? And that's just it. Maybe it wasn't meant for to be the first one, because backtrack, I had one of the greatest in the industry, John Lee Dumas, as my very first. In fact, when you listen to the audio bumper of the show, it is John Lee Dumas's voice that you're hearing. Hey, it's John Lee Dumas. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial You, etc., etc., etc. Right? And so he became my very first, which in fact the first one I did, cannot find it, don't know it there, all kind of drama, right? So things happen. And that is why we shouldn't procrastinate, because it, anything can happen. Things happen outside of our control, right? It's really about how we respond to them, because things are going to happen. And so, yes, I'm grateful that I've had a podcast, and it's connected with some of the best, the most accomplished people. And they say, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend time with. And I've been spending time with some amazing people, really amazing. And I'm really proud of what I've been able to do with the podcast. I mean, including John Lee Dumas, as I mentioned before, Richard Branson, Les Brown, that was just here. I mean, he was in Jamaica for the second time. And the first time I didn't get an interview with him. In fact, I wasn't in media at the time. But, and I don't even know I'm quoting when I'm saying media and quoting, because it is media. It's just new media. It's not traditional media. and it has taken on and so on. So, and I've accomplished that. Another one of my goals is to have an event. And the event I had, it wasn't a live event, it was actually a virtual event. It was an online conference. Ah, thank you, Mara. I know you do. I'm really happy. Please, my darling, let me just break in transmission. I'm talking to my Facebookers. I'm talking to one of my Instagrammers right now, Mary. Mary, you know what would be nice stuff you, sweetie? I need your feedback. When I put some stuff out, yeah, I really need all my listeners to give me some feedback because I'm planning episode season 2 right now, and in season 2 I am looking at fashion designers, yeah, and well, not just fashion designers, I'm looking at fashion. So that's the segment I'm targeting. So it's the business of fashion. So I want to get all those international stars on board. Persons are doing, some local persons are doing well in fashion as well on board. So yeah, but yes, back to another one of the accomplishments is actually to back up and all the podcasts. I've been able to get sponsors for it. So it was just I wanted to start a podcast, but I wanted to get on board some partners, and I've been able to do that, right? So far we have our Cook Customs Broker on board, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Bookophilia, and I'm continuously looking for partners to join me on this podcast. So to monetize it, so it was 1 to launch and 2 to monetize, because although I love doing this, I'm not necessarily only doing it out of the goodness of my heart. I want to be compensated for my effort, and I should be compensated for my effort. So and another thing stemming from the podcast has been the entrepreneurial virtual conference and expo. Now in September, at the end of September, I brought together, over those 4 days, I brought together how much it was, 18 amazing experts from 4 countries over 4 days. That was something that was most amazing to me as well, to be connected to all these people who are willing to say yes to me, because they recognize, like, I remember when I reached out to John Lee Dumas, he says he doesn't necessarily like virtual events. He was very frank and upfront with me, but he says, I see what you're creating and I want to be a part of it. Now, for one, the world's top, Huffington Post, Forbes featured entrepreneur podcaster, to say that to you, you know that you're onto something. So I was most humbled by that, and so all these people partnered with me, and it's just making all these points because I remember in 2016, at the end of it, I was a speaker at the Dominate 360 conference. Now this conference, I think it's in its I guess because the whole devastation. No, it's not happening this year. I doubt it's happening this year in St. Martin. But I think it was like their second year last year. And it's hosted by Ife Badijo. And I, reach her out and stuff. And I was able to be a speaker at her conference. But it's like, it's not anything that was said necessarily at the conference that did a turnaround for me, because if you know me, I'm always passionate, always driven, always just can't stay still, right? But I think it was the atmosphere and connecting to some of the brightest of minds, like a Dr. Will Moreland and Dr. Renette Joseph, who are first, that they talk about what is I'm looking for. Anyway, it evades me right now. Senior moment, I guess. Oh, degrees of separation, right? So it's like everybody's like at least, at most, 6 degrees of separation from the other person, from the people that you really want to know. And I'm like just 2 degree, or even 1, well, not even 2, 1 degree of separation from persons like Les Brown. No, because when I think about it, well, of course, Elisa Little is my friend, and she's very connected to Les Brown. She brought in here and stuff with her team. But not only that, like these 2 gentlemen that I mentioned that I had met in St. Martin, Dr. Renette Joseph and Dr. Will Moreland, these are Forbes featured, Huffington Post, etc., featured international motivational speakers, and they are like friends with Les Brown. So I'm like 1 degree of separation, pretty much, right? And part of the message, and I think I posted something about it earlier, that part of the message that drove home for me was that we ought to be collaborating and not competing, right? And so just being in the atmosphere, I think it did something to me. Like I said, it's not anything new that was really preached. I mean, I've been to motivational conferences. I've done them all. I've done the gamut of them. So usually, it's not anything new that is being brought to the table. But sometimes it has a lot to do with the atmosphere and the chemistry at that particular point, right? And how and where your spirit is, and how open and receptive you are at that particular moment. Because you could have been at the very same conference a couple of years ago and it didn't mean anything to you. But even as the theme was dominate and go dominate, right? And I walked away with a very I guess, deep resolve to dominate. I walked away with that because, and I realized that my ability to dominate, it does not hinge on the fact that my complexion is not like others, right? We're all created equal. And not because, I didn't have, I'm a late bloomer. I am a late bloomer, right? I grew up without recognizing how beautiful I am. I grew up, didn't recognize how much power that lies within me. I didn't know who I was. I really didn't. And because I didn't know who I am, and because I had no clue, I was clueless, because I didn't have that pumped into me from when I was young to say, Henika, you are beautiful, you can do anything, you're wonderful, you're awesome, you're all of that. You're just awesome, right? I didn't grow up in that environment. And because of that, I believe I didn't have the fuel that needed to pump and fuel my fire to keep it burning. But guess what? You see, from the moment I recognize that I have it and I don't need anybody's permission to be who I am, and this is who I am, and not because you are excelling or somebody else is excelling, it affects my ability to excel and affects my excellence. I am who I am, and I'm really, really, really proud to be Henika and not anybody else. And so should you be proud to be who you are and not anybody else. You have drive, you have so much inside of you. Don't let anybody try to pull you down. And, there's like I was listening to or watching, right? It was really watching, but listening to Jane, and it was yesterday. And there was this Dr. Moncrief, John Moncrief, I think it is, and she was presenting on a research. And one of the findings is that when they went into the inner city communities, they were talking about you're linking crime and obio and bad manism and everything to crime and everything. And the finding was that, whereas people like their peers, they didn't wish each other bad, but they didn't wish that they succeed either or rise above them. And that usually is the problem, because once you begin to appear as though you're going above some persons, because they set their limit, and their limit is where they are, and they set limits for you based on where they are, and they figure that because you are they have this limit upon themselves, you should have it too, because this is where they are, this is where you should be too. Mash down that lie, yeah, beat down that lie, not go so. So just encouraging you to accept your beauty, accept your worth, accept your worth. There's nobody no more than nobody. Nobody no more than you. Remember me tell you, nobody, and you're no more than nobody either. You're just who you are, right? You're just who you are. Equally creative with everybody else. You have been given much, and you've been so blessed. Stop, I encourage us to stop thinking about what the things that we don't have, but focus on the blessings that we have, and we enjoy them every single day. People who are looking out for us. We have people who are looking out for us. We have people who are doing, want to see us succeed. There are many more with us than those that are against us. So that's what we need to focus on. So talking about just winning for 2000, closing out the rest of 2017 strong. Don't wait until January 1 for you to start writing what you want to accomplish, right? And again, I'm not into resolutions, but I'm into recognizing where you are now. Do a self-assessment, right? Start to do a spring cleaning. Do a self-assessment. Where you're right now, and you be honest and pick out those areas that are important to you. So your finances, your relationships, if you want to do business, friendship, your spirituality, believe it or not, you weren't just dropped here by some by aliens. No, a creator created you, and because of that, inside of you is a deep need and a deep longing to serve your creator. Right? And as a result of that, be still, recognize what your creator wants you to do, recognize your purpose, recognize why you're here. You're not a mere statistic. You're not just here to make up numbers. There are so many people in the world already. We don't need no more numbers. We need people who are going to be doing what they are called to do, being the person that they are supposed to be, right? Be comfortable in their own skin, right? What I want you to do is to be comfortable in your own skin. Don't look on what other people are accomplishing, right? Of course, you can benchmark success, and that's fine. You're not copying it. You're benchmarking success. I see you doing great, and I love to be that. But in your own way, whatever it is that you're called to do. You're called to write books and be a speaker, do all of that. And I still struggle to find when people tell me that I need to focus on one thing, because though that that you have we know that we're getting to in a particular direction, but there are several different roads that can take you there. There are strategies. For I know my purpose. My purpose is life transformation through inspiration. It's not just every day I get up and do a Facebook live or whatever it is, live or Instagram live. No, some strategies, some period is just all about writing. Sometimes it's all about the podcasting. And what I've been able to do is to batch my work. I keep talking about batching my work and automating, because when I batch my work, it means that it frees up my time. If I tell you, since about the end of June or thereabouts, somewhere thereabouts, I was complete with all my interviews for my podcast going up to March, April of 2018. So right now, I can travel the world and don't have a concern to say, oh my gosh, I don't have an episode for next week, or I don't have an episode ready in the next 2 weeks. No, they're all done, and most of them have been mixed. Hi, Renee, Sweet Soul. Most of them have been already mixed and everything, just ready to be put on my website, scheduled on my website so that they release. I don't have to touch anything. The only thing I touch is when I'm doing the social media promo, and even then, some of those are scheduled, so I don't have to touch anything. So it's about being intentional, automating stuff and giving me time, right? One of the ways, when you're trying to get a meeting with somebody and you're trying to confirm a date, and you're going back and forward in terms of what is available, what time is available for you versus what time is available for them. That makes a waste time. I use an app called Calendly, right? Calendly helps me to cut out, so people see all the time that I have available, so they don't have to come back to me in question and say, are you available next Tuesday? Oh no, I'm not available next Tuesday. What about next week Wednesday? And you go back and forth and so on. So I find ways to automate so that I don't have to be bogged down with a lot of things. So people see me doing and getting involved in events and doing all kind of things, and like, but she don't work for door, she not whatever, she have a business to run. Yes, I'm running my business, but as much as I can, I autopilot. I know I have a long way to go in fully automating my business, but yeah, as much as I can, I autopilot. Pato Apparel is on is on online, patoapparel.com. So I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, if an order, and I don't have to touch anything to fulfill an order. When an order comes in, it is fulfilled through my fulfillment company, customer service handled by them. I don't touch anything, right? So that's the kind of life I want to live. I want to live life from the laptop and the Wi-Fi vibe at a hotel, at a cafe, restaurant, wherever. From my bedroom, that's how my business is run. Whatever needs to be outsourced. So look at where you are now, in the areas, like I said, that are important to you. Benchmark, look at where you want to be, and put a timeline. So let's say in 3 months you're at 10 when it comes down to your finances because you squander your money and stuff, and you're not financially savvy. Then let's say put a 3 months to say, okay, so I have no savings right now, but in 3 months I'm gonna save $100, for example. Let's talk US, because I told somebody the other day, they asked me what currency. I said I no longer speak in Jamaican dollars. Sorry, but I don't. I speak US dollars. Sorry. Right. It's just universal, right? It makes better sense to me, because when I think about what I want to earn, where I want to earn and stuff, it's kind of hard to speak Jamaican. I really do speak US dollars in that in that language, right? So yeah, so look, if you want to earn $100 in that time, then you take the steps that are necessary. Look at what you need to cut back on and stuff like that. So be intentional about where you're in 2017 and where you want to be in 2018. Don't let anything hold you back at all. Just go right ahead. There are resources to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish. Now, usually I spend half an hour here, and it is 6:30 already. I've been chatting. I didn't even break, which is unusual. So let me ask, is there anyone who wants to share with me how your week was, what struggles you're having, what are you up to for 2018, what do you want to accomplish and stuff? And think about getting an accountability partner. For all the persons who want to write a book, I'm going to have a free webinar the 16th of December, write a book, how to write a book in 30 days. So I will do that free webinar, no strings attached, free webinar. Just send me a message that you're interested in the webinar. My email address, henikawatkiesporter@gmail.com, and I will hook you up. Now, it is time for me to skedaddle out of here. And I'm just going to say to you, before I do that though, just want to big up Xavier Murphy. Always big him up. Love what he's doing at Jamaicans.com. He and his team, of course, I know it's a team effort. And it's really great. Excellent work. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. And thanks to everyone who has tuned in. Remember that my name is Henika Watkins Porter. It was a pleasure to be here talking with you about 2017 and just going into 2018 boldly to dominate, because that's what you were called to do. You're not a weakling. You are called to dominate. So go dominate with attitude. Just don't infringe on anybody's rights while you're doing it. But don't step on anybody's toes. And the thing is, for us to dominate, we don't need to offend each other. And we don't need to pull on anybody, because there's enough for everybody to grab a piece of the pie and stuff like that. So yeah, go dominate. I'm Henika Watkins Porter, host of the Entrepreneurial You podcast and author and owner of Patwa Park. Peace, one love, and blessings. See ya.